Because they think they're really picky, but that's the only stereotype. Like, I think all chefs will eat anything that's hot and happily eat it. So, just because they don't have to cook it themselves.
Yeah.
It's that when you're always cooking something, you always kind of know every in and out, but you're never surprised by the result. And your labor sort of affects the true satisfaction of it, and when you eat it, because you can almost kind of hurry through it, because it's like you're constantly judging it, and you kind of, it's not very satisfying. But when someone else cooks you something, you're surprised, it's hot, anything. Well, that's true. I don't know if all chefs eat like shit, but it's just that having someone else cook you something, it doesn't matter what it is, it's probably appreciated.
Some of the things you like to do now.
All right. Le Petit Four Cheval was Le Petit Four Cheval was a inspiring place for me. It was a little on a street called Ville du Temple. It had a little small street in the Marais. It's called the little horseshoe in English because it had a horseshoe-shaped bar right in the front when you walk in. One of the guys who worked the bar was named Christoph. He was a great guy. And, he'd let me in early some nights, some mornings and stuff. And, like one time, Tim Roth was doing an interview there. The street was just quiet. It was still, like, early morning. So I just sat in the back, did some writing and stuff. And it was just sort of comforting kind of morning kitchen-ness going on. In the book, actually, it explains it. I don't really know why. So then I gotta just rinse it and then tie it up and do the cheese. So when I cook it, the juices in the actual bird are gonna stay in the bird more. That's why they get all puffy, because all I guess the cells expand, and then so it holds it better, so the skin doesn't break. This is a cheese from BC. I can't remember the name. You gotta wrap it up where it tastes like you're licking the side of a chimney. I guess the whole idea is to take a kind of really basic, this one's not so basic cheese, but you take a sort of boring cheese and you can sort of make it better. So we'll go make a fire and let it burn down a bit, and then I'll wash these up and then hang them up and done.
For you, what was Paris about in terms of food?
I guess Paris was where I made all my mistakes. I was allowed to just I was sort of thrown into. I took this job a bit too, premature, I guess, in my experience. And I sort of had to work my way, find my rhythm in a comfort zone, cooking in a hectic environment. There's a lot of appetites to feed. So I got to sort of cut my teeth making steak and duck confit, all that sort of the Parisian sort of, when you walk through Paris, you think about Côte de Boeufs and bavettes and confit, saucisson, all that stuff was sort of what I had to, like, my training, my exercise, and yeah, that's it, simple. Yeah, the idea is basically light the fire in here, get it nice and slow, so it just sort of continues to burn, but doesn't go out, smokes a lot, and then smoke goes through. My philosophy in combining the farmers and the people and the city or whatever, the rural and urban.
So maybe start that one again.
Yeah.
A little choppy. We know what you're saying.
So what am I going to say? Urban and rural?
Yeah, my philosophy in terms of uniting if you want city, country, city, rural, whatever, however you talk about it.
Yeah.
But just that idea and telling us about it.
Okay. My philosophy in connecting the country to the city, sort of in terms of cooking, it's just simplicity, not trying to overcomplicate the food, making sure it has a flow, comes out effortlessly, well, not effortlessly, but has a feeling like it's not overdone, over confused, just has its moment. So stuff that's like milk-fed lamb is not overly attacked with whatever I do to it or served with whatever. It just has a note, a finish on it. It's all stiff. I'm just gonna put a little more salt and sugar on them as they cure, as they smoke.
Your philosophy is more than just the food on the plate, but it stretches back right to the very source of production, like where the food comes from, how it's created.
Yeah, it all leads to the country. So that's where I want to be eventually anyway. So this is sort of my way of getting there. And in a different way, where I can be there but still be connected to the city, I guess. But this is where it all begins.